It's your boy, broadcasting live on YouTube from the gas house. Hope everybody's doing well today. Hope everybody's doing well. Shout out to the ninjas. Shout out to the trolls. Shout out to the people. I am the Heisenberg of this ish. I am the Daywalker, the Dark Knight, the Shogun of Charlotte, your favorite content creator's favorite content creator. The ladies call me the Cookie Monster, Pumpkin Escobar, the artist, the author, the photographer formerly known as Van Johnson, Izzy Fingers, Shemaine Man, the Men Israel, the People's Champ. They call me the champ because I say the things you want to say, but you can't say because they will attack you. I got you. I'll take that smoke for you. Blame me. Say Izzy did it. Izzy said it. I ain't say Izzy said it. I want all that smoke. Send them my way. Send them my way. Yeah, baby. On your way in the door, hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. Smash that bell. Share to your socials. Y'all know what I mean. Facebook, Nigga Top, Niggagram, Blick Top, all that shit. Black app, all that shit y'all use. You know what I mean. Y'all know what I mean, right? Yeah. You don't want to be here, don't be here. There's plenty of places to be out here in these YouTube streets. Move around. Shout out to Love Doors. If you are here, make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you check in with the chat. Please participate. This is a learning environment. This is an interactive environment. Got to participate in the system here. Check in with the chat. My Spartans are going to check in. Salute, salute, salute. Let us know what your profession is. Content creators, when you come in, please identify yourself so we can spread the love and send people your way to your channel. Speaking of which, y'all homework this week is to like, subscribe over there at Sharonda Bailey's channel. Make sure y'all support Sharonda Bailey. We got to get her up over 100 subs this week. We're going to push her all week. Okay? Sharonda, Sheronda Bailey. Subscribe to her channel. Leave her a comment under one of her videos and let her know the champ sent you. Say, Izzy sent me over here. Subscribe. Done. She's a new subscriber over here. We're going to support her. We're going to push her. Okay? Hit the Cash App. You see what y'all got me drinking? Y'all, oh my God, right? I need Pure Leaf tea in my life. Send me $2 on a Pure Leaf tea fund. Send me $5 on a Pure Leaf tea fund. Hit the Cash App. Link is in the description. I'm going to give people a few minutes to get on in here. I'm going to give y'all a few minutes to get on up in here, man. We're going to talk a little bit of ish by old Barry. We ain't done with him. We ain't done cooking his ass. He ain't dark enough. You need to go back in the oil a little bit longer. He ain't dark enough. Fuck matter with his hair, man. He used to have a nice little hairline and shit. The fuck happened? What the hell happened? I mean, I know his shit went gray, but it's like, is it falling out too now? Like, what's going on with his hairline? I thought that was a little strange. Never seen that man. I mean, he had a full head of hair. You know, he had hair like me. He had a full head of hair, and now it don't look like much. He looking like Bruce Willis. Shit, he went. He used to look like Alpha Cat. Shout out to Alpha Cat, man. Y'all old head YouTubers who know who Alpha Cat is. Used to look just like Alpha Cat. Now he look like Bruce Willis. What the fuck happened? The hell? Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker. Shit. The hell happened? And Michelle hasn't aged. Michelle might be younger. She might be a couple of years younger than she was when they was in the office. When she was in the White House. I don't know how that's possible. Michelle got a time machine. She was like, look, yeah, you go ahead and run the world. I'm going to be over here at Area 51 looking for some shit that's useful for me. Michelle found a time machine. Oh, baby. Shit. Today is October 20th, 2024. It's been a nice day today here in the QC Metro. It's a little warmer than I thought it'd be. You know, we had a little chill lately, but it's a little bit warmer. Nice day today. Started out a little chilly in the morning, but it warmed up. It was nice. It was nice. I know the haters like, I put a yellow shirt on. I got a lot of yellow shirts. I put a yellow shirt on today just to piss y'all off. Put another one on. There he goes. He got that yellow shirt on again. It's actually gold. And this is my Charlie Brown shirt. Just to let y'all know, let y'all see us a difference, you haters. Goddamn IT guys. It's always the IT guys. They just come over here to troll and hate watch and all of that, you know, kind of shit. That's what they do. That's what they do. I had a good day today, y'all. I made my stovetop stuffing today. I had my stovetop stuffing. Yeah, I was official today. Had a little cube steak, potatoes, collard greens, and some stovetop. I ate good today. Yeah, man. I got another piece of steak in there too. Actually, I might sneak back in there later and grab me a little third helping. I need the protein, man. Look, I need the protein. That's my excuse. Y'all believe that? I need the protein. Believe me. Y'all appreciate y'all with the likes, man. We a couple of likes already getting going. So I appreciate y'all doing that. Them likes was low on that last video, like I thought they was. I wasn't wrong. But I appreciate y'all. We correcting course today. Appreciate it. I don't ask for much, man. I don't ask for much. Not at all. Giving y'all all this good verbiage. I'll be giving y'all good verbiage. Baby. I'm watching my emails for these IT guys from StreamYard to get me right. I ain't got nothing yet, but they got 10 days to get me right. Hopefully they do. I hope they do. I miss my StreamYard. I miss y'all. I really enjoy interacting with y'all when we do the panels. I don't plan on doing very many panels or as much panels as I used to going into 2025. You know what I mean? Going into the 20 quarter. But I think at times there's good conversation, especially when the chat is very active. I want to reward y'all for that. And I think a lot of times y'all, I mean, some of y'all are just trolls. You're just going to hang out in the chat and you ain't got the heart. You ain't going to, y'all know icon having people. You don't show your face. Y'all people, y'all got a million, y'all Kevin Durant, y'all got a million burner account people. You know, hide behind VPNs, and I mean, y'all people are sick. Y'all people are sick. That's what I think. But the rest of us normal people, here's who I am, and here's what I think. Okay, cool. We can have a difference of opinion. It's nothing wrong. We can't have different facts, but we can have different opinions, and we can discuss it. And we can have good conversation and reason together. Sisters, y'all got to do a better job of reasoning. A lot of time, y'all have a problem taking in information you don't like or accepting positions or points of view that go against your preconceived narrative. And that prevents you from growing, from learning new data. And then 10 years from now, you're going to swear, I didn't know men thought like that. And men been talking like this for the last 50 years, all my life. And y'all all got that story. I was around my daddies and uncles. I learned this, and I was always around my daddies. So you ain't never heard none of these things we saying? No, of course not, because the men are aware when women are around, and we don't, especially those older men, they didn't speak truthfully around y'all. We knew y'all are around, so the conversation changes. But when it's all men, in the garage, down in the basement, them kind of conversations, y'all don't know about them. So that's why y'all get horrified when men speak masculinely and truthfully. That's, y'all be horrified by it. I can't believe it. But at the same time, y'all can say whatever the hell you want at any time, no matter how you say it, how many disrespectful and nasty and inappropriate it is. Y'all can speak to us any kind of way. That's what the gynocracy has taught you. And that's the biggest disconnect between men and women in this country, and more specifically between black women and black men. That's the biggest problem. It ain't your weight. I've already crushed that theory. I've crushed that. It ain't your weight. I'm living proof of that. I like Little Chubby. I like that. And there are other men who like it too, obviously, because statistically, if enough of us men like me weren't out here, we would have genetically weeded out chubby women long time ago. Chubby women exist for a reason, because there is a marketplace, supply and demand. What do they call that in marketing? Distinctive preferences, or whatever that term is escaping me at the moment. But it's marketing people, you marketing majors taking a 101 or 201 classes. Y'all know what the hell I'm talking about. Buyers have marketing preferences for a variety of reasons, and it's a variety of factors that influence the buying decision. And some of those may be financial, some of those may be availability decisions, um, some of those may be psychological or sociological decisions, cultural. So there's a lot of things that go into a buying decision. And sometimes people act against their best interests because of so those decision making factors. I know, for example, I was hell bent against white cars. What color was my Mustang, people? White. Because at the time when I had to make a buying decision, there was no supply available. Mustangs were selling like hotcakes. I wanted a dark color one, platinum. Well, they didn't even make platinum at that time. They had an ugly silver. I wanted a black, dark blue. They had a pretty dark purple. I would have took that. The blackberry joint. Um, there was a lot of colors I would have chosen for that white. Now they had a more expensive one in a more acceptable color, but at the time it was just I had to make a buying decision based on the supply and demand. And I ended up loving that car. It was more about the car anyway. I mean, I'm on the inside. I ain't seeing the outside of the car that much. It was a bitch to keep clean. That was the only regret I had. That car showed every doggone. And I'm in the South on dirt roads and shit. It was amazing. I kept that car clean. Even 16 years later, it was still a very attractive car. A lot of people wanted that car. I know my sister Kalita, my sister Kalita, aka the Question. She wanted that Mustang, and I would have gave it to her too. I eventually was gonna move on from it. Unfortunately, I had a mechanical malfunction with a mechanic, somebody else's mechanic, and they did me dirty. Rebuilt the engine, put new headers on it, everything. Did a great job on that. The clown, he was a crackhead. I didn't know this, and because all crackheads ain't what you think. Some crackheads look like normal people, got houses and shit. Yeah, and I got recommended to him by somebody else, and I thought the guy was a square guy, straight guy, solid dude, and he wasn't. And he didn't put no oil in the engine after he did all of that work. I was supposed to got at least another 100,000 miles without replacing that engine. And I just couldn't afford to replace the engine at the time. When you're a young man, you can do stuff like that. But when you're a father with a wife and 4 kids, people who depend on you, can't do that. Can't do that. Yeah. I was gonna put a 5 million in it anyway. They had a crate motor that fit my car that I had been looking at, but all of them dreams was all a dream. I used to read Word Up magazine, Salt and Pepper and Heavy D up in the limousine. Mr. Magic Mama, I let the tape rock till the tape popped. Y'all ain't feeling me, man. Y'all ain't no fans. Y'all ain't no fans. I know I like to move the crowd, make them clap to this. Ooh-wee. Make 'em clap to this. Came in the door. I said it before. Make 'em clap to this. Fish, which is my favorite dish. Without the money, it's just a wish. Shout out to the God. Shout out to the 18th letter. The R himself. Rakim is he's another dude that's timeless. That dude don't age, man. He looks the same. Just his hairstyle has changed. But other than that, he looks in the face. That dude is timeless, man. Dude is timeless, man. KRS-One is like that too. In the face, you know, his hair has changed. You know, he's doing that crazy shit with his hair now, but in the face is the same, like as an age. It's fascinating. And them dudes is old, man. They well into their 50s. They the originals, man. They are the originals. Make them clap to this. Yeah, man. But I appreciate y'all coming in. Try to hit the like button, please. You know, even if you're just pop in, hit the like button on your way out. It ain't hard. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. So we're gonna go ahead and get in the show because again, I know for a fact I can't always see actively. I don't know what's up with YouTube actively how many people I got watching. Because even yesterday's on the hat trick I did last night, the third one, I couldn't tell how many people was in there. And I had way more than I thought. And I appreciate y'all spreading that love for me, giving me that love. So anyway, we're gonna talk about this, man. So black men say no ma'am to Obama and the Gynocrats, the empire. We say no ma'am. No ma'am. What does no ma'am mean? Why did I put it in quotes? Well, again, if y'all are students, like you should be, or if you're strong in the force, you should know what I mean by that. No ma'am. I say it all the time. I give y'all the reference, the definition of that. No ma'am. Men against Amazonian masterhood. We get that from Al Bundy. I couldn't find my t-shirt. I was gonna wear it. I got a no ma'am t-shirt. I'm in the club. Al Bundy was teaching us about he was red pill way back then. Al Bundy was the last masculine TV dad. Shout out to Ed O'Neill. Shout out to Ed O'Neill. But no ma'am. That's what black men and in general. Because it wasn't just black men booing him out there in Vegas. It was a lot of different groups of people booing his ass in support of black men. And again, they're all saying no ma'am. We're saying no to men against Amazonian masterhood. That's what the gynocracy wants. They don't want equality. Most men have no problem with feminism. True feminism is about equality, wanting equal opportunity and equal rights. That is not what this group of people want, the Gynocrats. They always want to maintain leverage and power over men. That's what they want. They want unequal exchange, unfair exchange. They want you to pay and get nothing. Nothing. That's not a fair deal. That's not good business. A good business good business is when two or more parties can come to agreement and come to terms where it's beneficial to all parties involved. They don't want that. They don't want you to get nothing, and they want to rub that shit in your face. Look at black women, for example. And again, sisters, I'm not picking on you. I'm trying to educate you, and I'm also trying to educate men. So what I'm doing now is this is not bashing you. I'm telling true history. Y'all got to understand the difference between an attack and constructive criticism. There is a difference. Constructive criticism is based on facts and truth and observable reality. So the truth of the matter is, y'all been throwing up in our faces definitely the last 30 years about your education. Where did the education come from? How did you get it? Who made it possible so you could get your education? Black men from the beginning. What is the first college that was built? It was an all-female, historically black college. It wasn't historic. It wasn't HBCU in the beginning, but that's what we call them now. But who built it for you? Black men. Who paid for y'all to go to that school? Black men. Black men stayed behind. We worked the farms. We gathered crops. We worked out there in the fields. You know, you want to get a taste of how hard it was? Oh, plowing them fields with a mule. What's that movie? Cuba did. Cuba Gooding Jr. did. He was in the Navy. He was a deep diver. He what he did that with De Niro. He was the deep diver. I forget the name of the movie, but y'all know if you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, at the beginning of that movie, his father was a sharecropper. He worked on that doggone out there in that field plow since he was a little boy. Had he had a sister, the sister would have went on to school and he would have stayed out there in that field. And if you ever been to a historically black college, which most of you haven't, that's a fact. But I'm telling you, at least do a visit a campus. I'm a Bulldog, South Carolina State University. And you always have a founders hall on the yard when you go to a black college. And in the founders hall, they show the historical pictures of that university. They tell the history of that university. And so in the beginning, South Carolina State and Claflin, because Claflin is right next door. Actually, South Carolina State branched off from Claflin, which was an all-girls school up until 94. Right? Till 1994. So anyway, you would see the sharecroppers bringing crops, corn and peas and whatever kind of crops they grew by horse and carriage or horse and wagon down to the school. Why were they doing that? They were paying for their daughter's tuition with the crops. That's how we used to do it back then. Okay. So for 100 years, over 100 years, we did that. We did that. And we were proud to send our sisters and our daughters and our cousins to school because we looked at it like we were a community and we were doing this thing to better all of us. Okay? And those men worked hard work, hard labor. I know y'all telling me, I'm so tired. I had to sweep the floor and wash the clothes. I had to push the button and that was so hard. What did the girl say to me? I had to push the button. And she didn't say push the button, but that's what she did. She was exhausted and all of that bullshit. Y'all don't know hard work. That's backbreaking work. Them men worked themselves to death. So much so that for a man, the average life expectancy was so low because that's how tedious and 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 detrimental that kind of work was. It took its toll. Took its toll. Those men didn't make it to 50 very often. They damn sure didn't make it to 80, 70, and 80. Those men were dry. They were working themselves to death. So I don't hear that bullshit. People talking about how hard Mexicans work. Ain't no Mexican ever worked himself to death in this country. It's never, not never happened. But you got generations of black men who did. And we did it for y'all so you can get that education and for you to turn around and throw it in our faces. We got more education. We're the most educated people, and which is not true. But just to have the nerve to even fix your lips to say that. The nerve of you. The nerve of you. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. I want y'all to, I want that shit to sear into your vocabulary, into your lexicon. Okay? No, ma'am. Men against Amazonian masterhood, and it doesn't benefit the group. All this independence and freedoms and liberty and whatever you want to call it has not benefited you. You have hurt yourselves. Y'all are creating genocide. This is not sustainable. Just look around. 2 million evictions. You don't believe me? Y'all want to keep up with the eviction crisis? Messy Michonne, subscribe to her channel. Shout out to my bestie, Messy Michonne. She was in the chat the other day, laughing her ass off, like because she liked to see what I cook. She laughing her ass off. Subscribe to Messy Michonne's channel. She covers that regularly. I forget what she calls the segment, the Eviction Mondays or whatever she calls it. I can't remember. But she has a segment that she dedicates to evictions. Okay? Subscribe to her channel. She keep you up to date on it. And then you won't think it's just black men picking on black women. We're just trying to give y'all the facts. Again, the average salary, the median salary for a black woman in this country is about $36,000. That's a fact. You can Google it. Y'all aren't balling out of control. And at the same time, you're heavily subsidized by local, state, federal governments and Mr. Earl and them. We don't even talk about Mr. Earl very much. Mr. Earl and Mr. James be subsidizing the fuck out of y'all. But y'all like to front and lie, niggas like, I got my shit, I'm balling, I got my own, why are y'all bragging about being a fucking adult? I'm like, I'm independent. I'm like, what does that mean? What does it mean? Because you have to ask. You can't take them on face value on the word choices that they make. You have to ask them what they mean by certain words. So when they say independent, they're saying, I got my own shit. That's what they're saying. I got a job. I got a place to stay. I got a car to drive. I got my own shit. That's not what independent means. That's self-sufficient. That's what you're describing. Congratulations, you're a fucking adult. Congratulations. Independent means free from authority. Ain't none of us independent. We all have somebody to answer to. Always, whether you're in a relationship or not. We all have somebody to answer to. I got my own shit. I got my own place, my own couch, own refrigerator, stove, microwave. I got all this shit is mine. I'm the only one live here. I live alone, right? But I still got to answer to people. I can't do what I want to do. I can't run out here reckless and unruly. I have to answer. I'm not free from authority. There are authorities over me. And if, especially as a black man, if you step out of line, that authority is going to remind you real quick where you're at. The Bible even co-signs on this, right? The Bible tells you we're in captivity. How do you know? Because you're subject to payments. We got to pay. Motherfuckers is talking about reparations. Y'all niggas are still paying. How stupid are you? I want to get reparations so your fucking Jordans that y'all love will be a fucking $2,000 a pair. Car payments is going to be $5,000 a month. That's all that's going to happen if they give y'all ninjas any chunk of money. Y'all going to fuck it up. I'm going to go run out and buy a Cadillac. I'm going to buy General Motors stock. And I'm going to buy T-Mobile stock. That's all of y'all used to have Sprint phones. Y'all got T-Mobile phones now. So I'm going to run out and buy stock in them companies because that's the only shit that's going to be going up. Y'all going to blow that money so fucking fast it'll be ridiculous. I've seen y'all do it. I've seen people blow $100,000 in 6 months having nothing to show for it. I've seen it multiple times. Generational wealth has evaporated. All of that wealth that my grandparents and their generation, the silent generation acquired and worked hard for, the baby boom was fucked up in less than 10 years. It's gone. That's why they had nothing to pass to Generation X. And then they want to look at us and like, oh, y'all need to get it out the mud like we did. Y'all didn't get it out the mud. They inherited houses and land and gave us nothing. Nothing. And at the same time, we had to take care of ourselves. We were latchkey kids, all of that shit. No, ma'am. Because women have insight and men have foresight. They don't think down the line. They only think right fucking now. It's like a kid. I want. That's what they're thinking about right now. And they don't consider down the road. All this money they done spent in the last 4 years with these weird ass economical times that we've been under. They've been balling out of control, right? Going on girls' trips, seeing the world, traveling. Ask them how much money they invested for their sons. Or even their daughters. Ask them. Not a goddamn penny. Because if it were true, they took that instead of putting all that money into hair, makeup, weave, and lashes and vacations, if they had been investing in it, we would know. The financial sector will be reporting instead of like they report everything else. They love to have some good shit to say. Oh, black women are really outpacing black men when it comes to some investments. You know that would be a thing. That'd be all over the news. I'll be right back. This drink ain't cold enough. I can't take it. Gotta have my drinks ice cold, y'all. I can't stand when they get warm. And I should have got a fresh one before I started. There we go. There we go. That's the good stuff. Oh yeah. It's a different sensation, a different taste when it's a nice can of soda. I've never been a coffee drinker in the mornings. On my way to work, I used to get a can of Coke. Man, that was like a freaking injection right into your doggone heart, boy, like an adrenaline injection. But that would wake me the hell up. I'd be wide open, like, yeah. Oh man. Yeah, baby. Who we got here in the chat? 2-5 Podcast. Checking in. He's in the arena. TJ, the man himself, the man, the myth, the legend. We appreciate TJ stopping by. As always, make sure y'all go over to 2-5 Podcast and subscribe. Let them know the champ sent you. Let them know Izzy Fingers told you to come through. Let them know. No, ma'am. Put that in your vocabulary. No, ma'am. Men against Amazonian masterhood. We ain't doing it. We ain't our daddies. We ain't our granddaddies. We ain't them simp ass men. There's a few of them still lingering around. But the tipping point started occurring 30 years ago, and we're gaining strength, us masculine men. We coming back around. And I ain't talking about dudes who make you masculine because you raise your voice and you play tough. That don't make you masculine. Most of y'all niggas is bitch ass niggas and you ain't never been in a fight in your life. Straight up. I had to tell somebody that. I'm like, when the last time you seen two grown men fighting? You ain't seen it. Even in the hood, you ain't seen it. That's a rare thing. And most of y'all bitch niggas ain't had no fights in high school. Y'all was shook. Y'all wasn't fighting. Look, they got all these baby faces. Y'all see my face, all the scars on my face and scratches. I was a short dude. I still am a short dude. I had to scrap. I had to scrap. All my brothers, all of my siblings is younger than me. Had to scrap. Solo dolo. Y'all niggas ain't scrap. Y'all ain't punched in your face. You soft. But like I say, y'all try to reinvent yourselves because you crossed 30 and now you got on the internet and now you're trying to reinvent yourselves. Y'all, tough guys don't even really act like that. They be the funny dudes. They be the quiet dudes chilling in the corner, sipping on the cognac at the club. The loudest dudes, that's a defense mechanism. That's a defense mechanism. I've been threatened all my life and I can't remember hardly anybody running up on me like they claimed they was going to. But I'm 48 years old. It ain't happened. I'm not impressed. I done heard all of the tough guy stories. I done heard them all. I'm not impressed. Y'all women fall for that shit. And a lot of y'all bitch niggas fall for that. Oh, that nigga was in jail. And y'all worship niggas that was in jail. Nigga was in jail for stealing. He ain't even a tough guy. That nigga was in jail. He was probably washing somebody's draw, talking about what you want, starch or pressed. Like Day Day and Craig and shit up in jail. Now they come out when they come home and act like they was, because they done did a few push-ups and shit, and they got a little bigger while they was in there, and now they act like they was tough guys, they was criminals. Real criminals don't go to jail. Real tough guys ain't got no criminal records. They've been out on the street the whole time. They move a certain way. Only the clowns and the minions get locked up. Bosses don't get locked up. Dudes pushing weight and making real power moves, they pay lawyers. They don't get caught in court with a goofy ass lawyer like Moontool did. They got you see who Young Thug got? Thug got what? He got a good lawyer, nice white lawyer, right? Putting millions in. Moontool ain't got that kind of money. He ain't invested in, he wasn't paying no retainer fees all of these years. He was barely making it. It's a difference. Shout out to Moon too. Boy got 5 years, man. He gonna be away from his family, man. But real recognize real. The streets is always watching. Real recognize real, man. Y'all dudes ain't real. Y'all just been watching TV and y'all imitating shit y'all seen on TV and then on fucking World Star or some shit. Tough talking dudes. I'm like, As soon as you punch them niggas in the face, they run straight to the Jake. They run straight to the Jake. Y'all funny. I remember I had a dude that was working for me. I was a manager at a Clemson Road McDonald's in the late '90s, and this guy, he was the he was a guy worked in the grill in the morning shift, and he was also in a halfway house. And this guy got out of jail, and he, for whatever reason, he just instinctively didn't like me. I ain't had no problem with him. Um, he thought I was fugazi. He thought I was playing tough. My owner, because we carried money and we made a lot of money, he required us, if we was making drops to the safe deposit box, to have our concealed weapon permits. This is way before it got popular. So hold on a minute. Also, Amina 78 is in the chat as well. I missed one. She actually beat TJ here. TJ ain't like that shit. He burned it up. He don't like when other people beat him here. Amina says with her signature, "Hey y'all." But anyway, I forget that dude's name, man. And he was an old cat from New York, and but he just instinctive. You know, New Yorkers and New Jersey people don't really like each other, so it was kind of that thing going. And he was a different generation than me. He was a baby boomer, you know. So anyway, he didn't like me, and he thought I was playing tough because I always had I had my firearm always on my side, but I was required by the owner to do that. He didn't realize that the owner required me to do that. You know, I was one. It was only like a couple of us that had our concealed carries, um, and George Spencer was the owner. I don't know. I'm sure he's not alive still. George Spencer was old back then. But George Spencer, he was a private franchisee. He had a bunch of McDonald's in the Columbia Metro. Great owner. He was very good to me. I'll tell you that. Mike Pippin was my direct manager, my area supervisor at the time. Shout out to Mike Pippin. I remember I had just started working for them. I was having trouble paying my, you know how it is when you switch jobs. I had switched jobs and I moved from Orangeburg to Columbia. So I was late on my card payment, and I was on the phone in the office arguing with the Ford Motor Credit people. And Mike walked in and he kind of got a glimpse of me on the phone arguing. He said, "The fuck? You having trouble paying your car payment? Hang up with them." He was like, "How much you need?" I was like, "Man, 428." He paid that damn car payment for me. I said, "Mike, you ain't have to do that." He says, "No, I need you here. You need your car to be here. That's business for me. Don't worry about that. Anytime you ever late on your car payment again, you come tell me. Hell, technically, we should be giving you a company car. If you were working for the corporation, you would have one. So look at it as I owed it to you." I was like, "Yo, that's some real shit." So anyway, I'm gonna call the dude Earl. Oh, Earl. I wanted to promote him. I had fired a bunch of managers. I had fired the old maintenance man. I needed to promote people. He was unaware of this, and what I liked about him, um, he was always on time. Jail dudes, they're conscious of time because everything is on schedule. They got to eat at a certain time, sleep at a certain time, pee at a certain time. You know, everything is on schedule. So anybody who's been institutionalized like that, they are very good at keeping time. And he was never late. And I thought he was a good worker. And with his age, he needed to make more money. And I couldn't pay him just as a regular grill person. You know, I had high school kids and young men working for me. He's a grown ass man. So I had already made the decision to promote him, and he kind of snapped off of me what boarded it. You know, "I ain't scared of you because you got that little pistol or something," he said to me. I said, "Come with me outside for a minute. You know, come smoke a cigarette with me." I was smoking Black and Miles at that time. I was like, "Come smoke with me, man. Let's walk outside for a minute." I guess he thought we was about to fight. And I told him, he walked me out to my car. We stood out there. I said, man, let me tell you something, man. I actually like you. You may not think I do, but I actually do. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to promote you. And my only concern is I know that you're in the halfway house. What time? Because you know they got a time, they got to be home. And he said, well, if you talk to my parole officer and let him know what's going on and what we planning, and if I'm going to be late, I'm just going to need you to call my parole officer to let him know in advance. I said, I can do that. I said, that's it? That's all we got to do? I said, done deal. Gave that man a $10 hour raise, a $10 an hour raise right on the spot. He was making some bullshit, like $8 or some shit. I changed that dude's life. He went from making $8 to making $18 in Columbia, South Carolina in the fucking 90s. And he told me, he was like, I thought you ain't like me. No. I said, I'm hard on you because I do like you. I said, if I didn't like you, I wouldn't say shit to you. I said, you know how many people I don't even fucking talk to? I said, so I'm always fucking with you because I'm pushing you to be better. And now I'm going to give you all of these skills, how to repair equipment, filter oil, you know, all of this shit. Maintenance men do a lot of shit and they're always heavily sought after. That's why I paid them well. Because other places, I don't need Burger King. At that time, it was Zaxby's stealing all my employees. Zaxby's had just came out. Like, I don't need fucking Zaxby's stealing your ass from me after I get you trade. Last time I checked, he still works at that store now. He's doing well for himself. Stayed out of trouble and everything. I don't go down that way very often. Clemson Road is right off of I-20. If you're going from KC into Columbia, or if you're coming out of Florida, in between 95 and Columbia is I-20, and Clemson Road is right there, right off the interstate. Coincidentally, I ran into Sterling Sharp in that motherfucker. Him and Shannon got the same fucking head shape. You know they brothers. They got the same head. And I was like, don't I know you? Sharp, right? Yeah, man, just keep it down. I shook his hand. He forgot some napkins or something. He was in drive-through. And just like his brother said, he always had a Mercedes or something, nice car. He ran in to grab some napkins, and I helped him. And yeah, I know you're right. He lived over there off of Clemson Road. Nice. Clemson Road was kind of like a Ballantyne is in Charlotte. You had a lot of nice upper middle class people. I told you, Xavier McDaniels lived over that way. Corey Miller played for the Giants, used to live over that way. A lot of football player types and athletes, people with a little bit of money. You know, people, you ain't going to get, well, Carolina ain't never really had no superstar, but anybody that had any little bit of success, that's the kind of neighborhood they would live in, gated community and shit. I graduated in '94. Corey's brother Seneca Miller was a year behind me. Now he was the better athlete. Seneca, unfortunately, he never got his opportunity. Seneca Miller was a phenomenal athlete. Phenomenal. Shout out to Seneca Miller Page from South Carolina. Mudville. Some of y'all like, damn, Fee, you've been all over the place, man. Man, I've lived a full life. I find it fascinating when I run into people who've never been nowhere. Not even on vacation, just never have been really nowhere. The furthest y'all been is Atlanta or some shit, or Myrtle Beach. That's it. And you only go to the beach in the wintertime, kind of thing, I thought that was so strange when I moved to South Carolina. Everybody went to the beach in the wintertime. What the fuck is that about? Because it's cheap. They like to go when it's cheap. I'm like, you might as well just stay home. You're just gonna sit in a hotel. Who the hell goes to the beach when it's cold? I thought I grew up going to the Jersey Shore, so I always thought that was strange. I always thought it was strange. Yeah, we got two Spartans in the house today, y'all. So where the hell was y'all at the other night? We had 5,000 people over here. I needed help. Y'all taking days off. What the hell going on? I think TJ did pop in and out that night. It was late. It was real late that night. I'm playing with y'all. We was up to like 4 o'clock on here, man. It was at least 100 people still in here at 4 a.m. I'm like, yo, I kind of felt bad closing the stream out. I'm like, look, I'm hungry, y'all. I gotta go to sleep. I can't do this. No, ma'am. That's the message for today. No, ma'am. We're saying no to the empire, no to the Gynocrats. We don't have Democrats no more. We have Gynocrats. Remember, Trump was a lifelong Democrat. Trump didn't become Republican. The Democrats moved further left. Trump is still exactly where he was. Many Republicans are, or many Democrats who have now become Republican because the Democrats have moved so far extreme to the left. They're not even Democrats no more. They're Gynocrats. And they're rhinos now. That's what they call them. Republican in name only. Rhinos. Because they're not traditional Republicans. But they're not Democrats. They're not contemporary Democrats either. And they, so that's what Trump is, But it's been good, man. It's been real. It's been fun, man. I've been active a lot the past couple of weeks. My blood pressure's been very good. In fact, it's been too low a couple of days. I had that reaction to that flu shot. But, I have historically high blood pressure, ridiculously high. So it's been good getting it under control. I'm not back with my original nurse. Shout out to Holly. I'm not back with my original nurse, but the nurse I have now was trained by Holly and is friends with Holly. I know I loved Holly. Love me some Holly. But it's been fun, man. I might be back on. I got a couple of more topics scheduled. All I can do is I'm not sure. I'm not gonna promise y'all no hat trick. I don't even know what time it is. I'm not gonna promise y'all no hat trick, but because I know if I go in there and eat that other steak, I'm gonna lay the fuck down and be out. But just stay tuned, man. I got stuff coming, man. I got stuff coming. It's the return of the Jedi. It's the Black Mac up in here. I know what it is. I know what it is. Izzy Fingers. Izzy Fingers, man, is rocking it. 1, 2, 1, 1, 2. Make them clap to this. And this has been brought to you by the red, the black, and the green with the key in the ignition. Sissies.